Hi, this is Jill Barbell with the Dixiecast podcast. Today I'm in historic Canehill for the annual Harvest Festival. We are about to go get in line for breakfast. They have a really awesome breakfast, I'm told. And then we're going to just take a walk around and see what this is all about. So join me today for the Dixiecast podcast here in historic Canehill. So we got there at about 8:30 in the morning, and there was maybe 15 people or so in front of us. And the line went pretty quickly, but the food was so delicious. It was scrambled eggs, sausage, bacon, biscuits and gravy, orange juice, and coffee. And that was all for about $7 for the breakfast. And then, of course, we'd also gotten a ticket for the festival entry as well for a total of $12. So after breakfast, we headed over to the college where in one of the rooms they featured all kinds of quilts. And so as you can see here, these are just beautiful quilts from people from the area who have them on display.
My name is Glenda Lee. I'm with the Dogwood Lace Guild, and we meet in Springdale at the Shiloh Museum Meeting Hall, and the first Saturday of every month, except in October. And we are here at Canehill demonstrating ways that lace was made before we had machines to make lace. So I am demonstrating tatting. Tatting is made with a series of knots. It is most similar to handmade fishing nets that you may see the fishermen making or repairing along the coast. I'm sorry, I saw somebody I knew. And so this is tatting. This is needle lace, lace made with a needle. It's made on a foundation, and then it's then separated off. This is crocheted lace, and then this is machine-made lace. So that we all just enjoy making lace. Peggy is making bobbin lace. Bobbin lace is more closely related to weaving in that you're working with a series of threads, and that you will weave the threads back and forth together.
So I'm spinning Wensleydale, and I'm not positive, but I think it might be one of the rare breeds. And rare breeds are sheep that a lot of ranchers will not raise because that's not what the meals want. They usually want a merino, which is most of your yarns are made out of it. It's a really white sheep that can take dye, the colorful dyes, and it's a really soft yarn. So by spinning, I can spin fibers that have different textures than what you normally can buy in the store. So that's why I spin, because I'm using my yarn for art pieces. I do what it's called coiled weaving. Here's a finished yarn that I had spun. This is actually a tangy bamboo and silk blend and dyed. And this is what I make with it, or do with it, is I coil it. And so what I do is I wrap the yarn around the reed, attaching it, building shapes. And so by being able to make my own yarn, I can make the yarn that I'm wanting to use for the sculpture. A lot of weavers and knitters like spinning their own yarn, because then they can get yarn that you can't buy at the local yarn place. And also by hand processing your own fiber, you're making sure there's not chemicals in it, which a lot of people who are allergic to wool are actually allergic to the chemical process.
So you have your own sheep, I presume?
No, I don't, because I don't have a property that's good for sheep. But there's a lot of friends who raise sheep. Yes. And you can always buy fleeces from farms, too. So you can find the farm that you like. In fact, this Wensleydale came from a farm. The Ross farm in, I forgot what state it's in right now, but they grow a lot of different sheep.
My name is Beverly Maloney. We are demonstrating how to weave on a loom. This is a floor loom, and that over there is a table loom. And I am trying to follow a pattern and Mary is just demonstrating different patterns that she can do on the table loom. I demonstrate how to weave. I also would love for people to sit down and try it, and I can explain how it's done. The floor loom has petals, so I step on them to go along with the pattern. Then I show that the thread is threaded through the reed. Then it goes to the heddles, and the heddles are in the pattern denoted how they're supposed to be woven, and then the thread goes on through and is wound around. And whenever I get full, I can move the material forward and continue weaving. Put your feet on the pedals.
Okay. Well, my feet managed to fit the entirety of the pedal.
Well, normally people just put their stocking feet or barefoot because the shoes are so wide. Sometimes it's hard to step on the. I don't know where I left off, so I'm just going to let you try this pattern.
Oh my goodness, you're following a map.
Yep. This is
complicated.
This is showing you how you're supposed to thread into the shaft.
Oh my goodness. So what should I do?
And this shows you patterns that you can weave. So,
this is intricate. Well,
why don't
obviously.
we have you step on 1 and 4? This is 1.
Okay.
And all the way over is 4. You're stepping on 1 and 2 with this foot. This foot needs to scoot over so it's only on 1.
Oh.
Good.
Oh, I get it now. Okay.
And then the other one gets
okay,
4.
got it.
Step on it.
All right.
And you'll see that you have lifted 1 and 4 shafts.
Okay.
Now you're going to take your shuttle and you're going to over that one little thread, that's your salvage, then you're going to throw it through and go under this salvage.
So
okay?
take this through?
Just throw it through.
Oh, okay.
Throw it through.
Okay.
And go under that one. Just keep your, there you go.
Okay.
Now, go it through. Go
Okay.
through, is it
Like
sticky?
like this? All the
Yeah.
way? Okay.
The thread is sticky. Okay, now, you're going to put your shuttle down.
Which one?
You're going to put your shuttle
Oh.
down on top here. Then you're going to grab your reed and pull it forward.
All the way through?
All the way through.
Oh my.
Okay, then release
Okay.
and hit it again. You have just woven a row.
Oh my goodness. I feel so accomplished. I think
Try another one.
I think I better not. I think you have much more worthy people here that might want to give it a shot. So.
What we are doing today is making hominy. Anyway, we start out with field corn. It is a corn that horses, cattle, you feed livestock. Anyway, what we do, we have a hauler here, and we put the corn down into the hauler, and then we turn the handle, and it shells the corn off. And I can't do it with one hand. Anyway, when it is shelled, then your cob will come out looking like this. And this is the corn. And then after that, what we do is we go over here. We sift out the silks and the debris as best as we can, and then we take it over here to our pot, and we put it in our pot with water and lye, and we cook it for several hours until the lye breaks the husks down off of the corn. And once it does that, it becomes real thick, like a jello or a pudding. We drain that off, and then we wash. We have to use enamel pans. We can't use any other type of metal because the lye will eat through it. So we wash it through several pans of water until the water is clean. And then we clean out our pot, put it back in the pot with fresh water, and do the process all over again. And sometimes we have to do it 2 to 3 times, sometimes 4 times, depending on how much lye is still on the hominy. But once we know the hominy is done, whenever our last cooking, whenever the water is clear, there is no more murkiness into it. Yes, and we probably won't be done till about 5 or 6 o'clock this evening. And we started at 7 this morning.
How much will you have?
It will be, I don't know, it all depends. We did 3 gallons of corn today. So it all depends on what she cans it in. If she cans it in quarts or pints. This is the finished product. This is what our corn looks like. And if you fry it, you make like corn nuts, and you can season it. It also is used for corn tortillas, for corn chips. So that is what hominy is made from.
Such a hard.
It is. It takes all day. It takes all day. But you have a whole year's worth of hominy once you've cooked it.
What's your favorite way to eat it?
In casseroles. It takes place of like corn chips or corn. Hominy is easy for a diabetic to digest because the starch has already been all cooked out of it, and it does not have the hull on it, and so the body can break it down better. Yes, and it will not raise their sugars like regular corn does. Yes, because of the starch in it.
What is the name of your company?
We don't. It's just the Latta family.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Yeah, go. Yeah.
So I can see what it looks like.
Yes.
Sorry for stealing your mommy.
It's not mine. No, that's
an
my
aunt.
niece.
Carolyn, my dear, do you have any idea how long it will be before this
Pull
is...
your paddle up, Dad.
It's getting closer. It's really getting closer. It's already starting to break down.
Well, I know it is, but it isn't getting hard to stir. I don't feel any stickiness down
And
in
there's
it yet.
no, it's not jelly. It turns to a jelly, like jello. It looks like jello or
Well,
pudding
It's-
whenever
I
it
think it
usually
may have
breaks
already
out.
been past the jelly.
No, it's still,
No.
nope. Nope.
Thank you again.
All right.
So over here, this is the sorghum extraction area where these guys are taking sorghum stalks off of a truck and slicing off the stems and preparing the sorghum so that it can be inserted into this cane press. This cane press is basically driven by these horses that turn around these 2 steel wheels that smash the sorghum and extract the juice. So absolutely fascinating to see this actually in action. In just a moment here, we're going to interview a gentleman by the name of Jared Biggs, who is going to give us a little bit more information as to how this operation works. And I hope you find it as fascinating as I do.
I'm Jared Biggs. I'm the Historic Sites Manager for Historic Canehill, and we are making sorghum, and so that we grow sorghum molasses, sorghum cane, and that's what makes the juice. We squeeze the juice out over here, and this mill was made in 1863, I believe. It was the first patented sorghum mill ever made. And so once the juice squeezes out of it, it comes down through a hose into the pan here. And we start with putting water in the pan to keep the pan from burning. And as the pan fills up with juice, we push the water on through, and by the time it gets to the end of the pan, it should be cooked and finished. So that's where we collect the finished product.
Our last song. No, one more song.
Well, that concludes our little tour of the Canesville Harvest Festival for 2023. I hope you'll join me next time for another heaping helping of Southern comfort for your ears. This is Jill Varvel with the Dixiecast podcast.